It is possible for a person's destiny to be disassembled. And God says, in remembering the person, He assembles it back. Many of us, we are where we are today. We are suffering the things we are suffering today. We are going through the hardship we are going through today because we have been dismembered. People have come and they have scattered the structure of our lives. You know, the Bible says that we are all members of His body. So you are a member. As an entity, you are a member. So when you are dismembered, it's like everything about your life is disoriented. And God says, remembering means I will reassemble you together. May I pray for someone here? Wherever your life has been disassembled, wherever your life has been disoriented, because today is the day of remembrance, the Lord will put you together again in the name of Jesus. I said, God will put you together in the name of Jesus. Remember me, oh God. It's a good prayer for every one of us to pray, especially for people that need God's desperate intervention in their lives. In the book of Genesis chapter 8 and verse 1. Genesis chapter 8 and verse 1. The Bible says there, and God remembered Noah and every living thing and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. I'm sure you know the story of Noah. Noah found grace and favor in the sight of God. At a point when God was fed up with human race, and God said He was going to destroy the entire earth by a flood. The Bible says, but Noah found favor, or Noah found grace in the sight of God. And God instructed him to construct an ark, which he did. And that is very instructive. Sometimes God will need us to construct the ark that will take us to safety. Sometimes God will give you an instruction to do something that will become the premise upon which your destiny is going to be fulfilled. But most of the time, many of us will look away from God's instruction and then we want to enjoy God's blessings. Little did Noah know that the efforts of putting the ark together was going to be what will rescue him and his family from destruction. It was on God's mind to save him, but God needed him to use his own hands to determine the extent of safety that will come to him. If Noah had been lazy about it and then he constructed the ark and he left one window unfixed, the flood will have come. Noah will have been in that ark, but Noah will not have been saved. Because by that opening, water will have flooded the ark and Noah will have sunk. That's why when you come for a meeting like this and then divine instructions are being given from the altar, don't take it for a joke. I mean, the other time I heard Pastor saying, when you are coming tomorrow, come with a seat. And I wanted to ask Mama, what kind of seat? Even though I won't be here, I will also send my own seat. And he said something. He said, you write your name on it, and then you bring it and say, with this seat, I'm establishing my throne. Some of us will just hear things like that, and you just take it lightly. Men of God, they speak as the Spirit of God moves them to speak. Excuse me, how much is the seat? 1,005. And then you're saying, by this 1,005, God, I'm establishing my throne. Your throne could be your marriage. Your throne could be your business. Your throne could be your career. How much is 1,005? You buy a recharge card of 1,005 in a day, you're exhausted. And some of us, because we take lightly spiritual instruction, we forget some things. I'm a man that yields so much to spiritual instruction that come from the altar. Some years back, as a student, I went on industrial attachment to a particular city, and I was there. And on a certain day, as an industrial attachment student, we collect what we call allowance from when you pay your internship. And then it so happened that On the day we were paying our allowance, how much was it? 4,000 naira then. A friend invited